Support WrestleTalk!
Order a t-shirt.
Dolph Ziggler gives up his United States Championship, Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan have an uneasy truce, and Rusev Claus is here to save Christmas. I am Luke Owen, and this is the 19th of December edition of Smackdown Live in about 4 minutes. Daniel Bryan opened the show to talk about Stephanie McMahon's announcement of a Women's Royal Rumble in January next year. Shane McMahon, on the other hand, wanted to talk about the Clash of Champions pay-per-view from this past Sunday. Shane explained the story of the match, which we'd just seen in the video package at the start of the show, and said he didn't count Sami Zayn pinning Randy Orton as he remembered the beatdown Kevin Owens gave his father and wanted to see him fired. You know, Shane, you could just fire them now. Bryan argued that he fast counted Orton because he wanted to save Shane from Shane, as well as protect the integrity of SmackDown Live. Bryan was really great in this role, and to his credit, Shane played his part just as well. The segment ended with Shane telling Bryan to watch his back if he's forming an alliance with Owens and Sami, and the segment ended with this awkward, uneasy tension between the two. This is a really interesting development in the story. Shane thinks that Bryan is teaming with Owens and Zayn, but is actually overlooking the bigger picture of what SmackDown Live is supposed to represent. And later on in the night, Bryan showed he had no loyalty to the best friends by saying he would fire them if they didn't stop gloating about winning a Clash of Champions. Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin had a really fun TV tag match against the Usos. It really picked up by the end with some great near falls and high spots. On the Wrestle Ramble, I said the best way to get Gable and Benjamin over is to just let them do loads of suplexes, and WWE agreed, with Gable hitting 2 Chaos Theory suplexes on the Usos, and the team won with a Doomsday device. This would put them front of the line for a tag team title match down the road. Charlotte and Naomi didn't have quite as good of a TV match against the Riott squad, with an accidental hot tag that came far too early in the match. Naomi looked great in her comeback, better than her promo when she entered herself into the Royal Rumble, and won with the rear view. For all the criticism that the Riott squad are a carbon copy of Absolution, there is now one difference. WWE are protecting Absolution while they have clearly given up on the Riott squad. Following his shock victory at Clash of Champions, Dolph Ziggler came out to celebrate his United States Championship win. He talked about all of his accomplishments over his time in WWE, including multiple Intercontinental Championship reigns, a US title win in 2011, and winning the World Heavyweight Championship from Alberto Del Rio. Clearly no one remembers these moments because they keep questioning how good he is, and then offered something for the crowd to remember him by, dropping the United States Championship in the ring and seemingly walking out on SmackDown Live. This was an intriguing segment, and the best stuff Dolph has done since the summer of 2016, but it feels like it's come too late in the day for him. The New Day were dressed in Christmas outfits backstage, and were interrupted by Rusev Day dressed as Aiden the Snowman and Rusev Claus. This led to a fantastic comedy match between the two that was thoroughly entertaining. Kofi Kingston played the "You Can't Catch Me" gingerbread man role, Corey Graves made several elf jokes, and Rusev was brilliant as Rusev Claus. The high spot of the match was Rusev Day putting whipped cream on the New Day's pancakes, including the cherry on top. Then they tried to throw Xavier Woods into the pancakes. Bug out, not the pancakes! But the New Day reversed and hit a flapjack into the flapjacks on Aiden English. Woods then hit a diving elbow for the win. This was hilarious and it ruled. And oh no, it's happening. I'm feeling festive! Hello? Oh, yes. Yeah, I know we've got to sell the t-shirts. Oh, I mean, okay. Yeah, I guess that's fair enough. The main event of SmackDown Live saw AJ Styles, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Randy Orton take on the heel team of Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, and Jinder Mahal. This was another fun TV match, which saw the heels work over Orton before the good guys made a comeback, hit all of their trademark moves, and won when Nakamura hit Sami with the Kinshasa. While it couldn't match up to the brilliance of Rusev Day, it was a solid main event. So that was this week's SmackDown Live in about 4 minutes. Here's the usual ratings recap from top to bottom. Smack damn, smacktastic, smack bang in the middle, Ellsworthy, and Stephanie McMahon making herself the focal point of the women's revolution. I'll reveal my thoughts in a moment, but first click the eye above my head to leave your thoughts and I'll read out the result in tomorrow's news. Maybe I'm just full of festive cheer, but I really enjoyed this episode of SmackDown Live. The opening tag match and main event were both great fun, and the Rusev Day and New Day match was both hilarious and brilliant. There's some interesting tension between Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan, and what's going to happen to the US title now Dolph Ziggler has left it behind. And as I said, maybe I'm just full of the spirit of Christmas, but I loved that Rusev Day tag match. And it's true, wherever you find love, it feels like Christmas. This week's SmackDown Live is a very festive smacktastic. Watch Ollie and I talk about Clash of Champions in the Wrestle Ramble. And is Dean Ambrose really injured? Click the videos to the left to find out more, press subscribe and support WrestleTalk on Patreon. Order the magazine and download the Wrestle Ramble podcast. I have been Luke Owen, and that was wrestling.